Good morning. I have a question for you this morning. When you find the answer to this question, your whole life will transform. It'll be like opening up the prison door. The key to the prison door that's keeping you locked in there will transform your life. And here's the question. Do you ever feel alone? Oh my God, what a question that is. Hey, I'm 60 years old, which means if you're younger than 60, I've probably had moments, times, periods of life where I felt more alone more often than you might have had. And really, the goal now is to just get rid of pain. We don't want to experience pain anymore, but it's so easy to feel alone, especially in this life and in this world today. We want support from others. We want love from others. We're on a totally different soul path than everybody else. And really, where's that feeling come from? It's feeling like we're misunderstood, especially in today's world. When you look at the need to not be alone, to have relationship, to feel connected, look at what people and the decisions that people are making today. And I mean, they get a shot that's experimental. Because they want to travel, they want to do all these things, they want to be connected to their family. And, there's so many decisions that are being made that it's very easy to be able to feel isolated. And that's one of our strongest desires, is to be connected and to feel understood. So people that feel alone, what might they think? Hey, you think if something needs to be done, I have to do it myself. How often did you think that? I've spent many times, especially if you own your own business. Why? Because sometimes the people that are closest to us, we often feel like we can't rely on them. It's not that we're not loved, but when things need to be done, not everybody is there to support us. You also may think differently than others. You have a different purpose in your life. People that are closest to you might not understand you. And the reality is, this was determined by quantum physicists, 87% of the population function at a weakening consciousness. What's that mean? That means they're satisfied. They like the status quo. They want to be comfortable. Being comfortable feels safe, and they'll make decisions that are completely against the life that you want to create. People tend to settle, and especially being single or whatever, and life coaching, talking to people, and they say, you know what, I don't want to settle. So what's the story? What do people hear all the time? And I've heard this myself. Man, are you looking for perfection? You know what? I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for what's perfect in me. My family doesn't always understand my purpose. My family doesn't always agree with my perspectives. The more of a leader you are, the higher you raise your standard, the more you want something different, the more that you don't want the pain of your past, and you truly, hey Roger, how's it going, brother? Hey, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. You rock too, man. Love you. The more that we're different, the more that we want to be the tip of the spear, the more that we want to fulfill our God-given purpose, the more we are going to be misunderstood. The more people they're going to tell us, don't reach for that. Stop here. Be satisfied. And that is the most frustrating. And then we feel disconnected. We feel alone. We feel like we're out there chopping our way through the jungle by ourselves. And then, we have those lonely moments. Everybody wants to be understood. It's part of our humanity. So here's a great principle. Feeling alone is an emotional condition. It's an emotional condition because you can feel alone in a crowd of people. And how many times have you experienced this? You can be sleeping next to your spouse and feel totally alone because you feel like you're misunderstood. You feel like they don't really know you. You're not connecting on communication. And to me, when I experienced that, that was the loneliest feeling. You see marriages where the husband and wife don't feel connected. So what do? They want connection. So they pour all their love into their children, and that creates a gap because there isn't a connection between husband and wife. Today, the divorce rate is 50%. Here in Orange County, it's 70%. 70%. That is a lot of people that feel alone, that are searching for things outside themselves because the alone feeling is really about how you love yourself. And we're going to get into that in a minute. Now, there's a difference between being by yourself. Feeling alone is an emotional condition. Being by yourself is a physical condition. What's that mean? Hey, a person can walk through the woods and feel totally elated, love the trees, breathe the air. You can walk down by the beach, feel the presence of God. You know, I teach seminars, so parents come and they're like, oh my God, my kid's not jumping on me at 5 in the morning. I just want to get a full night's sleep. We have a brand new baby. Man, they come there and it's like, wow, I can sleep at night. You know, yet they are by themselves. So there's a big difference. So where does alone come from? Where does that originate? Like I said, it originates by how we learn to love, because love can be learned in our humanity. A person that feels alone has a limited self-love. They tend to be critical of themselves. They continually compare themselves to others. They see themselves as separate from other people, and they don't feel unity because of comparison and competition. And so we may have moments of gratification, but that's not a life. A person that feels alone has a limited ability to experience love that may be surrounding them, but they can't see it or feel it because they learned to love, give and receive love in a very specific way. So what's that mean? Well, let's use an example. Let's look at the 5 love languages, right? What are they? Touch, words of affirmation, gifts, quality time, and acts of service. So that's love is not what you do. The 5 love languages is what you do. Love is who you are. It's not what you do. And so people say, what's your love language? Well, I'm Italian, so we, constant touch, affection, words of affirmation. But guess what? I know if I'm in a relationship and it's that person's birthday, I probably should buy him a gift. I mean, if you're married, dudes, and you don't do something for your wife, what are you going to tell your wife? Oh, we can't spend quality time together because that's not my love language? Well, it's your birthday, but I'm not going to give you a gift because that's not my love language? How's that going to work for you? So like 5 love languages is a perception of love. And that's how we feel alone. When you make demands for love, then love becomes demanding, and that's not love. Love isn't what you do, it's who you are. So the question is, how do you express love, or how do you exercise love? Because love is the feeling you have when you're exercising, when you're giving. It's the feeling you have. It's the fuel of your actions. It is not defined by what you do. And this is one of the biggest challenges in the world today. This is what I believe. So the question is, how do you express love? Now the problem is you have a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. That's part of your brain that selects what you give attention to. So if you believe that love is what you do, then you're missing all the love that is surrounding you every day. So why don't we just be loving? Now, I grew up like that as well, and when I wrote the system Healed, it was given to me. It's H, honor God within yourself. E, exercise loving yourself and others. Man, when I wrote that chapter, I completely understood love. I had to go through all the trauma that I went through of all the things that weren't love, so I could finally define and God could show me what is love, and then it totally transformed my life. So on November 12th, 13th, actually this Friday and Saturday, we are going through the Healed system. Now here's what I will absolutely guarantee you. If you just did that one section, got the recording from the link below, even if you don't attend on live stream, and all you did was go through that one section, I guarantee your whole life will transform. Now, if you go through the whole Healed system, you will have tools for life. That one step, E, exercise loving yourself and others, will completely transform your perception of love, your perception of yourself, your perception that we are always connected to all people, that the innate in us and the God in us sees the God in other people, and the probability that you will feel alone will shrink to a minimum. The probability that you will be connected to God, connected with yourself, love your higher self, express your higher self, and radiate love into the world and see it all around you and create heaven on earth will increase exponentially. So let's do this together. Let's learn how when we give and receive love, it comes from who we are, not what we do. And let's enlighten ourselves so we can enlighten and spread love in the world. Hey, thanks, gang. Love you guys. Peace.